CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links.
Hi there, I'm Pat Stetzer, and welcome back to Game On. It's April, and that means plenty of spring high school sports to break down. So let's get right into it because it's Game On. We have a boys lacrosse county showdown set for Thursday, April 4th, when Liberty visits Manchester Valley, and CMSportsNet will have that one for you as the game of the week. Now, the weather has been dicey this week, so stay tuned for any postponement or rescheduling news. Jeff Doolin is set to join me for pregame coverage beginning at 6:20 p.m., and the game gets underway around 6:30. Let's talk about Liberty for just a moment. The Lions won their season opener against Catoctin before dropping a 10-1 contest against Westminster in their Carroll County opener. That was last week. After that, Liberty played a pair of tournament games on March 30th. They lost to Bel Air and North County, but the Lions rebounded with a 7-5 win over Walkersville on Tuesday. Jamison Eder made 12 saves in goal in the victory. Now over to Manchester Valley, talk about the Mavericks. They haven't played a game since March 25th, but Man Valley has been potent in their two games so far. The Mavs beat Franklin 14-8 before coming up just short against county rival Winters Mill. The Falcons won that game 12-10. Grant Miller, one of their top returners, leads the team so far this spring. He has 11 goals. Okay, on to the players to watch for Thursday's game. We have midfielders with Liberty's Mason Ambrose and Man Valley's Grant Miller, we just talked about. Ambrose went into Tuesday's game with Walkersville with a goal and an assist, then netted 2 goals and handed out 1 assist in that victory. Miller, like we said, leads the Mavs with 11 goals so far this spring after he scored 31 of them back in 2023. We had a chance to chat with each coach ahead of our Game of the Week matchup. First up is Liberty coach Steve Fabian, who chatted with our own Joshua Davis before the Lions hit the road Tuesday against Walkersville.
Coach, how's the season going for you so far, and what are your thoughts on the upcoming Manchester Valley game?
So far, we're doing okay. I think we need to be a little bit better on our fundamentals, but I think we have a good base with a young team right now.
Coach, what were some of the key takeaways from the game against Westminster?
Our defense is pretty good. We need to work on, again, fundamentals. Catching, throwing, ground balls, and I think once we work on that, we work together as a team, we'll get there.
What are some of the strengths the team can use to beat Man Valley in the upcoming match?
I think our spirit, hopefully we're a tight group of kids, and we're getting better and better each day, so I'm going to just keep building on that.
Thanks, Josh, and thanks to Coach Fabian for giving us a few minutes of his time. Now we switch over to Man Valley and hear from Coach John Piper about how the Mavericks have handled the first 2 weeks of their 2024 season. Coach, how are things going so far early in the season? You and I were just talking about the weather always cooperating, but how do you like the way the guys have responded here early in the year?
Oh, I'm really excited. We only graduated 3 guys last year, missed them, but at the same time we're rebuilding a little bit. We got a lot of young guys, and they're against Winters Mill, I was really impressed. Winters Mill's pretty good, and we hung with them.
Yeah.
And
2-goal game.
Yeah, 2-goal game, and really down to the end there, gave up some goals, just trying to push and cross turnovers. But yeah, I'm excited about the season. I think they're really coming together.
You guys have always been competitive, and like you said, you've graduated your top scorer, but getting guys like Grant Miller, Gavin Reed, some of those guys back from last year, it's got to make you feel good that they can learn from what they did last year and try to take that next step this spring.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've been on Gavin to expand his game a little bit, and we got Ryan Clark coming in and stepping to fill that role of sort of JT a little bit. And he's a sophomore. He's really just pushing him, and the older guys are kind of taking him under the wing and trying to nurture him and understand he's only a sophomore on varsity.
Right.
And then Connor Feeks always sneaky off ball. So yeah, we're excited. And Grant and Nick Grimm are they can bring it from outside. So yeah, we got some weapons.
Pieces are there for sure.
Yeah, and that defense, I'll tell you, those 7 poles, they really work well together. I don't worry about who's in there. I kind of let them rotate themselves. So it's a nice problem to have.
You're going to end the week with Liberty. It's usually a competitive game when you guys play. I know you guys had duels with them last year. What are you going to need to do to get past the Liberty team that's a little younger this year, but eager and hungry?
Yeah. I mean, I saw them play Westminster. I was impressed. They they were stripping the ball, they were moving.
The game was close until the late fourth quarter.
And really, I was telling the boys that the score doesn't dictate the game. Liberty struggled to finish, but they had a lot of shots on goal, and we gotta be careful and protect our goalies a little bit.
Thanks to Coach Piper for his time. A reminder that CMSportsNet has plans to be in Manchester on Thursday, April 4th for Liberty and Man Valley on the Game of the Week. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:20 p.m. We're going to check in with boys and girls lacrosse now to see some recent scores, updated standings, and upcoming games to watch. But before we do, let's see what went down in the Lions' Den last week when Liberty hosted Westminster in the Carroll County opener for both boys lacrosse teams. Westminster traveled to Eldersburg on Thursday, March 28th to take on Liberty in the team's Carroll County Athletic League opener. The Owls trying to snap a 4-game losing streak to open the spring, and the Lions going after a second straight victory. Westminster gets a good look early on from Nick Comfer, but Liberty's sophomore goalie Jamison Eder makes a nice save to keep things scoreless. The Owls draw a penalty on the play, but they can't find the net just yet. Westminster gets on the board first when Chase Zepp finds Gavin Gifford and the senior scores. Owls lead 1-0 after one quarter. Westminster comes up with a loose ball and it pays off. Zepp dishes to Jacob Spiegel, whose shot gets altered but rolls over the line for an Owls goal. It's 4-0 in favor of Westminster. Eder makes another big stop for the Lions, and Liberty tries to stay in this one. Now it's Connor McNamara's turn for a goalie save, and Westminster leads Liberty 4-0 at halftime. Spiegel has some nice passes in his stick as well. Here's one to Zepp, who whips in a goal. Owls 6, Lions 0 early in the third. Liberty finally breaks through. Ethan Addison finds Connor Hatfield on the right side of the crease, and the senior puts one past McNamara. It's 7-1 after 3 quarters of play. The Owls are putting the finishing touches on their first win. Gifford spies an open Spiegel, and it's an easy score. Final score is Westminster 10, Liberty 1. Jacob Spiegel has 3 assists, and Jack Hitchcock nets 3 goals for the Owls, who get 2 goals or more from 4 different players. Liberty gets a standout game from goalie Jamison Eder, but drops its Carroll County Athletic League opener. I got a chance to chat with Owls attackman Chase Zepp after he posted 2 goals and 3 assists in that win over Liberty. Now, things got a little interesting during our post-game interview, so go ahead and take a look. Chase, a lot of balance on the sheet. A lot of guys had 2 and 3 goals or 2 and 3 assists. Did you feel it out there? Did you feel like you guys were passing the ball around? And once you guys got going after that first quarter, what was it feel like out there when you guys really got the offense going?
Yeah, it took a while to get it in for the first couple of days, but we're just getting after it now. As soon as we get the momentum, we can go.
Tell me about that. The first part of this season, 4 games, 4 losses. A couple of them were tight ones. Here come some guys. Okay. So anyway, the first week was tough, and that was all on him, not on me. Luckily, I moved out of the way. You guys never wavered, right? You knew this was going to be a long season. You never want to lose those games. And what was it feeling like as you got through those games and then get out here today and get the victory?
Yeah, the offense was not doing what we wanted to do at the first 4 games, but we watched a ton of film and got after it at practice, and it's just coming together now. We're just clicking each time.
There's been some injuries early on this season. Hopefully you get some of those guys back. And that happens sometimes with these teams. You this next man up mentality on this team. You guys know that, hey, if one guy goes down, a Max Johnson, Austin Hardesty, whoever, someone else has got to go fill those shoes.
Yeah, Cam, Austin, and Max are a real big part of the team. They're leaders, and we got to step up now, and we got some players now that can do that, like Jack and Jacob.
Does it just take one game like this to get victory on the road, a convincing win, to kind of get the wheels going in the right direction? You feel like you guys will move on from this and get things going the way you wanted to?
Yeah, definitely. When we played Sherwood, we had it, but we just didn't finish out of the 4th quarter. But now I think since we got this win under our belt, we can keep the momentum going.
Congrats today, and good luck the rest of the year, man. Thanks for joining us here, Chase. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks to Chase Zepp for spending a few minutes with us, and I hope he dried off on the bus ride home. Now we can take a look at some recent boys lacrosse results involving Carroll County teams. Winners added another win when the Falcons topped Gerstel on Tuesday, and you see Liberty posted that W by beating Walkersville on the road. Okay, now it's time to see some girls lacrosse scores from recent days from around the county. Westminster edged Crofton on Monday, back at the site of their state semifinal game a year ago. And Manchester Valley clipped Liberty in their Four Causes Four Champions tournament game last Saturday in a thriller. We have scoring leaders on the boys lacrosse side to take a look at now. These are stats that have been submitted by coaches to CM Sportsnet. Winners Mills' Camden Deming is off to a solid start, as are FSK's Graham Johns and Man Valley's Grant Miller. The Eagles have 3 of the top 5 scorers on the list. On to the next list of scoring leaders, and you see reigning player of the year Reed Postlethwaite with 6 goals so far. And Century has Nathan McLaughlin sharing the ball with his 5 assists for the Knights. And now the same on the girls' side, with again stats sent in to us by county coaches. Emma Penchick picking up where she left off last year. The reigning player of the year has 22 goals already. And Westminster's Kate McAlonan has 12 assists to lead the way so far. The next wave of scoring leaders now, and you see more Man Valley names of note. And also there's Liberty's Maddie Smith and her team high 14 points for the Lions. Okay, back to boys lacrosse. Let's see the updated Carroll County Athletic League standings. Not many county games have been played yet, of course, but you see Winners Mill and Westminster with victories already. Century looking for win number 1 on the year, while Francis Scott Key has 3 wins in its first 4 games. And now we can look at the girls lacrosse standings from the county. Manchester Valley and Liberty have county wins. That tournament game they played over the weekend doesn't count in the standings. And Francis Scott Key has done well with its non-county starts of the season. Century unbeaten to start the 2024 spring. All right, let's see a few upcoming games for some of the county's boys lacrosse teams. Manchester Valley hosts Liberty on Thursday, and we have the South Carroll-Westminster rivalry resuming Friday. That one takes place in Winfield. And same now for girls lacrosse, some upcoming games of note. That Cavaliers-Owls game is set for Friday. Century hosts Winners Mill on Monday, April 9th. Man Valley visits South Carroll that night as well. Plenty of lacrosse coming your way in April, so stay in touch with CM Sportsnet for all the latest action. It's time for a quick break, but when we come back, we will see the latest CM Sportsnet Athlete of the Week. And we'll look at the baseball and softball Carroll County standings as well. So don't go away. Game On. We'll be right back.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
What's the best gift you can give yourself? Pursue your passions. Explore your creativity. Expand your knowledge. Treat your mind and body. Give yourself a better you. With personal enrichment classes at Carroll Community College. Join us at carrollcc.edu/personal enrichment.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss the Score and More podcast presented by CM Sportsnet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
Skill, dedication, leadership. Just a few of the things it takes to be named CM Sportsnet's Athlete of the Week. Each week, CM Sportsnet recognizes an outstanding player for their contribution to their sport. Meet some of Carroll County student athletes and join us as we celebrate their performance, impact, and outstanding accomplishment.
The CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Genova's To Go, locations in Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, Hanover, and Eldersburg. Genova's, pizza, pasta, subs, and more.
Welcome back to Game On. Let's get right back into it. We can begin with the Carroll County baseball standings. Only one county versus county game so far in this wet start to the season, but Westminster is in the top 25 statewide according to Prep Baseball MD, with the Owls sitting 25th in their most recent poll. Some good stuff there. Now let's look at the Carroll County softball standings for a moment. 3 teams at 1-0 to start things off, and just 2 teams under 500 so far, so good playing early on in the season. Reigning county champ Francis Scott Key earned a tournament title last Saturday when the Eagles went 2-0 at the Williamsport Holiday event. FSK beat Century and the host Wildcats. All right, it's CM Sportsnet Athlete of the Week time, and we head to Manchester Valley to see how a freshman has already found her place with a very good Mavericks girls lacrosse squad. Let's find out who it is.
The latest CM Sportsnet Athlete of the Week, Taylor Feek, Manchester Valley girls lacrosse. Taylor had quite a week for the Mavericks with some victories, especially in the tournament. Let's go right to it. The Liberty game, a great game right down to the wire. You were able to get the game-winning goal. What was it like playing in that game, and what was it like getting the win like you guys did against a really good Liberty team?
The game was fun. It was high pace. It went back and forth most of the game. We were up in the beginning, but then they kind of came back, and it was from there, it was just back and forth. But at the very end, I was able to get the ball on the goal and get past them.
Yeah, well, you got a chance, I think, for a free position there late. Are there nerves involved with a play like that? It's a tie game late in the contest. Of course, if you miss, you're probably going to go to overtime anyway, so it wasn't like a make or break for you. But there's got to be nerves there when you're going up against a really good team like that, and you want to be able to be counted on as your teammates. What was going through your mind there as you set up for the free position?
It was nerve-wracking, obviously, but you should have to push through the nerves and do whatever you can to get the goal.
What's it like being able to play in a tournament like that against really good teams, get the wins, but also early in the season as you're trying to make a way for yourself as a freshman and also for your teammates from Man Valley? Have you put any sort of extra pressure on yourself or just expectations on yourself to try to say, let me get my way here and get on the right foot because this team needs me?
As a freshman, there's no really expectations to uphold, I guess. And then as the season goes on, you have to make your way for yourself, especially being so young and on the team. You have to make your way and do everything you can to be a top player.
How about being on a team like this, as reigning state champ, undefeated? You made that face. I know what you mean. Playing with Emma Penchik and playing with other girls in this team, Haley Bittinger, and even the girls before, that's expectations are high, for Man Valley girls lacrosse. What did you feel like when you made the team, and also okay, now I'm here. Let's see what I can do to play with these really good teammates that I have.
It was nerve-wracking at first. Of course, it's going to be. It was such a good team already, but all you can do is just do your best and try to do what you can to make the team better, especially with the seniors leaving last year. You have to do whatever you can to be the best you can and improve the team.
What have the first few weeks been like for you guys? Like you said, 19-0 last year. Expectations are always high to try to repeat, but game at a time. I know that's the mentality. But what have the first few weeks been like for the Mavericks as you make your way through March? Now we're into April, and games are going to start ratcheting up.
The first few weeks preseason were pretty difficult because you have to learn new plays. You have to do everything you can to fit in with the team. But as the season's going on, it's just been fun. There's no real nerves that come with it, especially because I don't know, I'm so young and there's no expectation, but
sky's the limit then, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, congrats on a great start and good luck the rest of the season. Taylor Feek, the latest CM Sportsnet Athlete of the Week.
CM Sportsnet's Athlete of the Week is brought to you in part by Barnes Bollinger Insurance Services and by Genova's To Go.
Congratulations to Taylor Feek, the latest CM Sportsnet Athlete of the Week. Taylor and the Mavericks have a road game against Towson on Thursday. And a quick look here at our spring recipients so far. Plenty more to come, so stick with us and find out who the next Athlete of the Week will be. And that is it for this week's episode of Game On. As always, we thank you for watching. A reminder that we have a CM Sportsnet Game of the Week on tap for you, weather permitting, Thursday, April 4th, when Liberty visits Manchester Valley in a boys lacrosse county clash. Our pregame coverage is set for 6:20 p.m. from Manchester Valley. There's more lacrosse coverage coming your way as well. We have live coverage of the South Carroll versus Westminster boys and girls rivalry games on Friday, April 5th. The boys game at South Carroll starting at 6:30 p.m. and the girls game at Ruby Field starting at 6:15 p.m. Boys at Parker Field, girls at Ruby Field. Should be a couple of good ones. Be sure to catch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website, cmsportsnet.com. And you can watch us on cable channel HD 1086. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
What's the best gift you can give yourself? Pursue your passions. Explore your creativity. Expand your knowledge. Treat your mind and body. Give yourself a better you. With personal enrichment classes at Carroll Community College. Join us at carrollcc.edu/personal enrichment.